Alright, what's going on, guys? Your boy TG. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, we're going to sim the 2023 Stanley Cup Final. You guys don't already know, it was found out that last night that we will be seeing the Golden Knights and the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Final as the Golden Knights win their series against the Dallas Stars in 6 games and not got it done in the sweep like Florida did. But anyway, be seeing these two teams go up in the Stanley Cup Final. We're going to hop into the sim, and we're going to sim the Stanley Cup Final to see who comes out on top winning the Stanley Cup. Will it be the Golden Knights or the Panthers? Either way, the team gets their first Stanley Cup because none of these teams have won Stanley Cups yet. The Golden Knights back in the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 2018. Panthers back in the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 1996. But anyway, I'm going to hop right into it on the sim and see who wins the Stanley Cup. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, guys, so we got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Final, just like it is in real life. Golden Knights back in the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 2018. Panthers back in the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 1996. We're going to start the playoffs now, see what goes down. Game 1 is in Florida, but in real life, it's in Vegas. But anyway, I'm going to get to it. All right, first period, 2-1 Golden Knights. Okay. All right, second period, 3-3 now. Third period, no score, going into OT. No score again, going to second OT. And the Panthers come out on top. It's Alexander Barkov, who's the hero in overtime. Game 2, still in Florida, but it's going to be in Vegas in real life. First period, 1-0. Second period, scoreless. Third period, 2-1 Panthers. So the Panthers hold on for the win. They take a 2-0 series lead. Game 3 now in Vegas, which is going to be in Florida in real life, so it's the opposite of what's happening here. First period, scoreless. Second period, 2-0 Golden Knights. Okay. Third period, 2-2, so the Panthers tie it with 2 power play goals from Anthony Duclair. Going into OT now, and Brandon Montour with the OT goal wins it for the Panthers, and they take a 3-0 series lead. Game 4 in Vegas now. All right, first period, 1-1, so each team with a goal. Alex Pietrangelo for the Golden Knights, Mark Stahl for the Panthers. Second period now is 3-1 Golden Knights. 3-2 Matthew Tkachuk with a goal. Alright, let's see if the Panthers can tie it up. Aaron Ekblad with the goal ties the game up for the Panthers. Alright. No scoring, no late period goals. Alright, so the Panthers do tie this one up at 3. Going into OT now. Let's see. I'm actually going to put it on CPU to see who scores the OT goal. So I'm not going to be playing this one. Put it on computer mode. So we're just going to sit back and watch what happens. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, guys. So we're just sitting back and watching the overtime between the Panthers and the Golden Knights now. See who scores the winning goal. If the Panthers win it, of course they'll win the Stanley Cup. If the Golden Knights win, then there will be a Game 5 back in Florida to see who will win there. Panthers with the puck now. Gustav Forsling pass it to Aaron Ekblad. Pass it to Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk coming up the right way now. Drops it off to Sam Bennett. That pass gets out of hand. Verhaeghe with the puck now. You guys don't know, he scored the OT goal in the first round against the Boston Bruins, which ended their historic season because the Bruins had a heck of a season. And Carter Verhaeghe and the Panthers just to score, beat them and win that series. It was really upsetting for the Boston Bruins. So, yeah, after a historic season. And you know what I find funny, guys? That the Miami Heat, I know this is a hockey channel, but I'll get back to that in just a second. Miami Heat actually beat the Celtics in Game 7. So both Florida teams, both Florida Panthers and Miami Heat, beat both of the Boston teams in their own home. So that's actually kind of funny. I told you guys I was going to get right back to hockey. I just want to compare it like that. And, you know, the people that are leading the way is Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat, leading the way as they beat the Celtics in 7. And then Matthew Tkachuk had a heck of a playoffs. And the Panthers leading the way, being the Bruins in Game 7, even though that was Verhaeghe who scores the OT goal. But Barkov scores the OT goal right here. And the Panthers win the Stanley Cup. So Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup. Alexander Barkov with the OT goal. And the Panthers get it done. They get it done in the sweep. And they win the Stanley Cup against the Golden Knights. So Golden Knights still without their first cup. Been in the league for, let's see, 6 years, 5-6 years now. And they still have not won the Stanley Cup. Or it could look like this in real life. Who knows? But the Golden Knights have a chance in real life to forget about 2018. Focus on this year. Take home their first Stanley Cup. They can get it done in the Stanley Cup Finals. You just have to believe. Just forget about 2018. I mean, 2018 went to the Stanley Cup Final and lost, even though they had a heck of a season their first year in the league. But they're in 2023 now, so we'll see if they can get it done in the Stanley Cup Final in real life. Stanley Cup coming to Las Vegas. That'll be awesome to see for Golden Knights fans. And the Panthers and the Heat have a chance to make history too, as they can become, as we see, Alexander Barkov handing the Stanley Cup off to Eric Stahl now. I was trying to see who he was going to hand it off to. But anyway, Panthers and Heat have a chance to make history. Like both the Florida Panthers and the Miami Heat can win the championship since they're both Florida teams. And if they can pull it off, that would be even cool to see. Because you got Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup, Miami Heat winning the NBA championship. That would be so cool to see for the for the state of Florida. That would be so cool to see for the state of Florida. Just both Florida sports teams winning the championship. That would be just cool to see. If it does happen, be not only shocked but also amazed. So, yeah. Let's see. I guess Carter Verhaeghe is going to get the Stanley Cup after scoring the game-winning goal. Well, he did score the game-winning goal against the Bruins in round 1. Now he gets to get the Stanley Cup. I think he won a Stanley Cup with Tampa. I don't know. I'm not very sure about that, but I think he won one with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now winning it with the Florida Panthers, this could be what we'll see in real life. Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup, or it could be the Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup. Who knows? But I'm going to preview it all in the next video, so you guys can, just get heads up of what's to come in the Stanley Cup Final. I'm going to give you my predictions in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup for the first time in their franchise history. Notice that Golden Knights still have yet to win the Stanley Cup. They could have done it in 2018, but they lost to the Capitals in 5 games. They have a chance to do it here in real life. See if they can get it done. It will be cool to see for the Golden Knights fans, and it will be cool for the Golden Knights. Only 6 years in the league, and they win the Stanley Cup. Anyway, exit out there. So, Florida Panthers are your Stanley Cup champions. They get it done in a sweep. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, hit it with a like, hit it with a subscribe button. Can't wait for the Stanley Cup Final. Game 1, Saturday night in Las Vegas. Can't wait for it. And I'll see you guys next time.